Pipe Network presents.
Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the LTG Show Podcast.
Mainit na diskusyonan,
Masarap na kwentuhan
malinamnam na usapan,
at nakakagising na balitaktakan.
parang kape lang. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Waya Angeline
Join us in our conversations at Coffee na Lang Dear Podcast.
This is Mike and Ham from Please Pause. Meron kaming munting podcast where we talk about all things TV and film. And despite that, surprisingly, we are still married.
Control freak ka kasi sa podcast na to.
30 seconds lang po ang meron tayo. Pakibilisan.
From blockbusters to classics, superheroes to love teams, hit series to teleseries, join us as we have meaningful and meaningless conversations on the stuff we watched. Someday, mababago ka rin ang tagline na yan.
Check out Please Pause on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and other major podcast platforms.
See you there!
So, let's start. Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast, and this is the MTG Show Podcast. Ayun. So, for tonight's episode number 50, of course, ito na yung ating season finale for the podcast. Of course, kasi napaka-rare naman na gumawa ko ng season finale on this podcast. Pero ito, for sure guys, this is the season finale of the MTG Show Podcast Season 1. And now, we're going to do Season 2 in the process starting next week. And before we start this episode, I want to say thank you for everyone who supported this podcast. And sa mga nakikinig pa lang o makikinig pa lang dito sa podcast na to, please, makinig naman kayo. Dahil ka lang. So, follow the podcast on your favorite podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast, Deezer, Anchor, or any other platforms that you can use. And sa tingin nyo, madaling ma-access pag kayo ay naggagawa ng mga podcast nyo. So, yeah, yan. You can use any platforms for that, of course. And for this episode tonight of the MTG Show Podcast, we're going to talk about WrestleMania Backlash, or Backlash in my case, because buti di pa kayo nagkasawa gamitin yung WrestleMania. WrestleMania is over, man. I can't take this anymore, man. Sobrang sakit sa ulo ng feeling. WrestleMania pa rin pala ang tawag dito. Tangina. WrestleMania pa din. Alam ko na they're putting this WrestleMania thing just for marketing purposes. And kasi gusto nilang restore yung Backlash as a post WrestleMania pay-per-view event. And it makes sense, but it sounds stupid in my opinion na WrestleMania Backlash? Anong pay-per-view to? What kind of pay-per-view is this? Ayan, so guys, before we start this podcast episode ulit, ang dami ko lagi sinasabi na ganun. Ito, so, before we start this episode, I wanna say guys, malapit na ang Shopee 5/15 or the payday sale on Saturday, May 15. Pwede nyong gamitin yung aking podcast link for your shopping purposes. So that's tinyurl.com/tmtgsp X Shopee PH2. Again, that's tinyurl.com/TMTGSP X Shopee PH2. And of course, yung paggamit nyo ng link na yan is makakatulong here in the pod para mag-roll pa rin tayo kahit medyo nadadaan tayo sa mga pagsubok and gimmick na kung ano man nangyayari dito sa ating sa kasalukuyan ngayon, lalo na sa panahon ngayon ng pandemya. So, yeah. And so, also, Lazada, di pa naman nag-a-approach yung 6.6. Pero sige, promote na rin natin. So, please use my links for Lazada. So, that's tinyurl.com/LazadaPH2. Ay, di. TMTGSP X Lazada PH2. Again, that's tinyurl.com/TMTGSP X Lazada PH2. And same din sa Lazada, sa Shopee, syempre. Yung paggamit nyo ng podcast link na to is makakatulong kayo sa podcast ko para magstay pa tayo here in the pod. And wala naman minimum yan. Wala kayong babayaran kahit ano. As long as you used my link, nakatulong ka na here in the podcast. So, let's start this podcast episode with the throwback episode of Friday Night SmackDown na kung saan ewan ko ano bang proper term ito? Throwback, old school SmackDown? Ganun ba? Throwback SmackDown. Yan. So, ito, umpisahan natin sa opener, which is natatawa ako a little bit, yung kay Roman. So, Roman started the show on that night. And then, of course, kasama si Jay, tsaka si Paul Heyman. Of course, parang binigyan nilang eulogy si Daniel Bryan on this one. And then, ayun nga, na-promo na si Roman. And then, nag-return dito si Jimmy Uso. Ito yung pinaka-importante dito. Jimmy Uso made his return on SmackDown. And then, ayun nga, lumabas na dito si Seth Rollins. And then si Teddy Long, lumabas din si Teddy Long dito. And he announced that the main event of that week's SmackDown or last week's SmackDown is the winner will face Roman Reigns. Or if Cesaro beats Rollins tonight, who will face Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash. Ito yung opinion ko lang about that. Yung kay Heyman, yung 10 bell salute kuno. I love that shit. Sobrang kulit lang ni Paul Heyman talaga. Parang ibang-iba na talaga siya sa Brock Lesnar advocating na hindi na natin nakikita sa kanya. And then, nagkaroon tayo dito ng match. So, that's Cesaro and Seth Rollins. Ito, in my opinion, that match is okay lang. Sakto lang. Parang ang nangihinayang lang ako na Cesaro, dapat na matatalo dito talaga dito sa Cesaro versus Reigns at Backlash. Nangihinayang ako sobra na parang early, pero parang maaga pa yung push ni Cesaro on the title picture on this one. And kahit naman paikot-ikutin natin yung mundo, hindi matatalo ni Cesaro itong Tribal Chief Reigns na to. I don't think na mangyayari talaga instead. And sa akin naman, ang problema ko lang about the booking right now on this one is parang at the same time, ipoprotect ba nila si Cesaro? Or if Roman will retain the championship tonight, paano nila masisave si Cesaro for later date? Kasi ang rumors ngayon is maybe SummerSlam or after SummerSlam manalo si Cesaro ng championship. And maybe di natin alam ko ng mga posibleng mangyari. Kaya ayoko muna magsalita about that. Pero sige, mamaya ko na i-explain yung prediction ko for Backlash. So, may possible din na mag-turn si Seth Rollins as a babyface and baka maglaban din si Roman and si Seth either July or August in a pay-per-view. And then yun nga, nagkaroon nga ng backstage segment, parang sinabi in-screw nga ni Jey Uso si Seth Rollins, and then parang nagbanta na siya, yun nga, face off na backstage between Reigns and Rollins. Ito na yung tease, I think. And then, ito na, yun, natatawa ako sa backstage segment dito ni Sami Zayn, Teddy Long, and si Sonya Deville, na parang nagbibiro lang siya dito yung kay Undertaker and yung kay Kim Booker. Parang ano alam mo yon, yung paano nila i-hype si Teddy Long for this one. Superb for me, despite the fact na one night lang to. I wish na full time talaga dito si Teddy, but he can't. Pero gusto ko talaga magkaroon na ulit ng authority figures in E for some reasons. Number one, dahil siguro na Sonya and Adam Pearce are not appearing on both brands often. Si Sonya nag-a-appear siya sa Raw as a valet for Charlotte. And then sa SmackDown naman, para siyang asshole ni Adam Pearce sa kaya parang nagugulan din ako. But on the other hand, yung backstage segment naman ni Rollins and ni Roman, ito talaga yung teaser for SummerSlam match. And then si Reigns, parang hinarap niya si Jimmy Uso, or hinarap ni Jimmy si Reigns, na parang umasta kasi siya na na parang gusto rin makuha ni Reigns si Jimmy, pero he can't kanina before the ending. Pero ito, sabihin ko sa inyo, itong kay Rollins and kay Reigns, ang ganda ng history nila Oo, kaya parang pag pinasok nila tong feud na to, ito yung possible talaga mag-set up for a SummerSlam or maybe next year's WrestleMania match between those two. And yung storytelling nila dito is superb talaga. Napaka superb nun para sa akin. And hindi natin mapagkakailan na SmackDown talaga is the A show rather than Raw or even AEW for some reasons. So let's move on. So, yung naman, parang kay Jimmy Uso, wala. Mamaya explain natin kung bakit. Basta mamaya. Sige, mamaya paliwanag ko. And then, we got ano pa ba? Wala na masyadong interesting dito So, yan, we got a 10-man tag match between NXT Boys, Apollo Crews, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Otis versus Big E, Kevin Owens, Nakamura, and The Profits. So, ang ko dito on this one, okay lang, not bad. Protected pa din yung move ni Corbin. Not surprised. Hindi naman ako nagulat doon. Pero, sige lang. Yun ang masasabi ko. Not bad for tag team match. Pero, si Gable kasi parang napaka-underrated niya pa din on this one. Pero, yun lang naman na at least na-establish nila yung gantong kasolid na tag team match. And, yung parang, yung mga feuds na nandito is hindi natin madalas makita sa Raw. And yung I think yung mga mid-card feuds na nandito, especially the IC title, parang iniiwas talaga nila yung possible na isa pang Apollo versus Big E match. And yung sa men's naman, sa match naman sa ending, Ganda eh. Maganda yung call nila dito eh. Wala namang ibang possible na pwede mag-end dito. Malabo naman si Sammy. Kasi si Sammy parang umakto na siya joke dito. Malabo rin si Apollo Cruz kasi tinake out siya ni Big E yata yan. If I remember. And then, si Corbin lang eh. Si Corbin lang yung parang matino-tino na guy na who can take the final fall or kung pwede makatapos ng final fall on that one. Pero sige, ito, tuloy natin. Medyo nagdududa lang talaga ako kung ipupush ba nila si Corbin kasi they're building Corbin for almost a year now. And wala pa rin tayo nakukuhang matino-tinong story kay Corbin. And yun na nga, finally, the main attraction of that thing. Parang tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung story. Yung kay Roman, yung kay Jimmy, kay Jay. And lately, sumama din si Jimmy. Tinulungan niya si Roman at saka si Jay. Pero wala, tinake out pa rin sila ni Cesaro. Do you think, guys, do you think na sasama si Jimmy kay Reigns and kay Jey Uso? Ako, nagdududa talaga ako. Nagdududa ako eh. Ito, sabihin ko sa inyo. Ang possible kasi dito is screw ni Jimmy yung final fall. Possible na i-screw ni Jimmy either Cesaro or Reigns for the final decision for the championship. And then, possible din na mag-feud si Jimmy at si Jay. Ganun yung mga nakikita ko na story eh. And then, after matalo ni Jay si Jimmy, baka maging tag team din sila. Parang kung paano nangyari yung kay Reigns at kay Jey Uso, ganun din kay Jimmy. Parang ganun. Pero ang napapaisip lang ako, kung hindi nila ipupush si Cesaro for the championship right now, ano yung sa tingin nyo, kung sino sa tingin nyo pwede makatalo kay Reigns? Sino? Kasi if they're going to save Cesaro for a later date, I think hindi pa proper date itong payback, itong backlash for him to win. Pero yeah, yun lang yung review ko for SmackDown. Tagal din nun ha. Overall, yung SmackDown na to this week is pretty not bad. Kaysa sa Raw. Ang Raw kasi ngayon parang parang ang labo na pag-usapan ng Raw lately. Parang sa 3 hours sa Pro, 1 oras lang talaga yung kaya kong panoorin. O wala pa 1 oras. Eto, sige, let's start the Monday Night Raw thing. Itong kay Charlotte, unahin natin to Wala akong pake kay Charlotte regardless on the story. But parang ang nagugustuhan ko kasi sa booking ni Charlotte ngayon sa title picture is parang nakikita natin na kahit wala na yung mga producers yung mga nasa backstage, they are trying to put Charlotte on the title pictures. Pero I think Charlotte must be the champion kahit wala si Rhea. Protect Rhea at all cost. And then Alexa will beat the living hell of Charlotte. Ganun lang yung naisip ko about that thing. Yun lang. Tapos nagkaroon naman ng match si Jeff Hardy at si Jinder Mahal na madalas kini-question ng mga fans since last week sa main event. Ito sabihin ko sa inyo guys hindi binary ni Jinder si Jeff Hardy. Si Jeff Hardy kasi most of the time nagpo-put over na lang siya Oo. Di na siya yung kagaya ng dati na full time. Pero it makes sense kasi kay Jinder kasi pinupush din nila si Jinder. And I don't think na buried Hindi siya binabury Maybe sinisave lang nila si Jeff for a later date. And baka gamitin din nila ito in the future Mm. And Jeff gusto din, baka trip din ni Jeff magpo-put over o mag-put over. So that's why we got that thing with Ginder. Yeah, may sense. May sense talaga to. Mm. Sabihin ko sa inyo na sobrang solid nitong return na to ni Ginder sa Raw. Mm. May sense kasi parang ito sabihin ko sa inyo. Nakakikita ulit natin yung dominance ni Ginder dito. Pero what if i-push ulit nila si Ginder for the championship? Pero balik tayo kay Hardy naman. On the other hand, hindi rin maganda na siya yung pinupush lagi eh. Kasi if you remember Victory Road 20 something 2011, if you remember that pay-per-view, ayoko maulit kay Jeff yun. Na malakas sa kanya yung crowd and then we got that bullshit. Jesus Christ. Kaya that's why ayokong laging nakaka-andyan si Jeff eh. But okay, let's see. Let's see kung ano pa yung direction dito ni Jeff and kung ano rin yung direction dito ni Jinder Mahal. Pero kahit sabihin natin na laging natatalo dito si Jeff naman, on the other hand, kahit 100 beses pa siya matalo, magkakaroon pa rin siya ng push, definitely. Yun talaga nakikita ko. And then, ito, sige, we got a 8-man tag, New Day, RK Bro versus Styles, Omos, Elias and Jackson, Riker. So, we got we got we got that match, of course. Pero okay lang yung match for me. I'm not saying na sounds lame, pero sige. I'm going to give a chance pa din sa RK Bro tsaka sa New Day kasi sila yung possible mag-feud since they tasted already. Parang naisip pa rin kasi natin na si Orton pa din yung biggest, siya pa rin yung pinakamalaking heel on that note. Sobrang effective pa din talaga. Yun, so yeah. Tapos, pansin ko kayo almost dito sa match na to. Sobrang limited pa rin niya. Ewan ko kung kontrolado ba ng itong mga trip nito nila. Pero napaka-limited pa rin dito ni Omos eh. Pero however, ito siguraduhin natin itong RK Bro, meron tong mag-end din to. For sure, mag-end din to. And for sure, mag-turn ulit dito si Randy. Yan lang final statement ko. And then we got a not bad match between Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Not bad at all. Sobrang goods lang nung laban nila. Sobrang sobrang incredible talaga nung laban nila. And sobrang babaw sobrang babaw nung desisyon nila na i-break talaga itong Hurt Business at all. But sige, okay, give them a chance kung ano yung gusto nilang gawin talaga. If mali yung magiging direction ng Hurt Business, well, saka na ako magwawind ng mas malala dito. Yeah, let's continue. Ewan ko guys, ito, question is Asuka and Rhea Ripley di ba talaga sila mag-coexist? Kasi pansin ko on this encounter parang wala talaga sila. Sabihin ko na na sobrang hindi na inconsistent yung heel turn ni Rhea on this one. Pero ito yung mas maganda pa to sa nangyari nung WrestleMania. That's a fact, for sure. Tapos, wait. We got a match between The Miz and Morrison? Hindi, wait. The Miz and Morrison. Damian Priest and Morrison? What? Di pa rin sila nag-asawa dito? Seryoso? Seryoso guys, ako, personally, sawa na ako. Since WrestleMania pa lang, sawa na ako dito eh. Sawa na ako sa feud nila. Pero, I don't know, ewan. Ano pa yung pwedeng mangyari eh. Ewan ko kung anong pwedeng mangyari after nitong match na to. Ewan ko. Pero, ito ang malinaw sa akin ha. Kailangan na nila matapos itong feud na to sa Backlash. Definitely. They must end this bullshit as soon as possible. Pero, if matatalo dito si Miz, dapat talaga mag-split na si Miz and Morrison. That's an unpopular opinion talaga at sa akin. Pero wala na rin tutungo if they're going to push si Damian Priest, if they're going to push him and by the expense din syempre ng Miz and Morrison, kailangan i-push nyo rin si Morrison syempre. Ganun lang yung nakikita ko. And as far as I'm concerned, hindi dapat si Miz yung mag-turn dito. I think Morrison should turn on Miz on this week's stuff. Dapat siya talaga yung mag-turn dito if ever na mangyayari yung naiisip ko. And then finally, the main event, WrestleMania rematch to between Lashley and Drew McIntyre. Just for the tease of the Backlash thing. Ito. Okay lang. Sobrang labo lang na parang random lang talaga ng pasok dito ni Braun at the first place. Sobrang random basta. Ganun lang yung nakikita ko dito. Same lang din sa nangyari sa Asuka, Rhea, and Charlotte. Pero ang pagkakaiba lang is yung kay Rhea and Charlotte tsaka kay Asuka, nawawalan ako ng interest kasi hindi dahil kay Rhea kundi kay Charlotte. Dito naman nawawalan ako ng interest dahil kay Braun kasi sobrang out of nowhere yung tire shot niya eh. Oo. Kaya that's why sobrang labo na yung nangyari eh. Ito. Pero ito, sabihin ko lang sa inyo. Yung pay-per-view dapat na mangyari this Sunday. If i-conclude nila yung mga feuds dito, dapat talaga after nito, mag-build na lang sila ng bagong feuds. For Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank ata is the next one. If ito na sa akin if hindi talaga nila magawang pera si Braun, hindi nila magawang worth it champion, don't put the strap on him. That's simple. That's it. Yan lang ang nakikita ko eh. If ayaw ng tao kay Braun, don't put the title on Braun. That's it. Wala eh. Wala akong magagawa eh. Wala naman pilitan. Ganun eh. Ganun lang kasimple eh. Kasi si Lashley may sense. Kay Drew may sense. Kay Charlotte, wala. Kay Asuka, medyo. Kay Rhea, dapat talaga siya mag-retain. Pero, kay Braun, labo eh. Sobrang labo. Ito, number one, sobrang labo kung bakit. Kasi yung title shot ni Braun dito, sobrang out of nowhere. Na, he got a title shot by beating Drew McIntyre. And voila! We got a triple threat at WrestleMania Backlash. Yay! Holy fuck! And we realized that meron palang dalawang triple threat dito sa WrestleMania Backlash na to. Mamaya pag-uusapan natin yung dalawang triple threat na yan pag nakabuo na ulit ako sa predictions. Pero sige, let's talk about Dynamite. One of the best episodes of Dynamite nangyari na ngayon. Nangyari siya kanina lang before the recording. Ito. So, we got a one-on-one match between Jon Moxley and Yuji Nagata for the IWGP United States Championship. Ayan, si John Moxley pumasok siya sa ring with a new theme song. So, Wild Thing by The Drogs. Ito yung mga kasabayan ng Air Supply, ganon. Mga parang old song thing. Alam niyo yun, sobrang dominant dito ni... So, napaka-dominant dito ni Mox. At at the same time, parang nakita rin natin yung lakas ni Nagatay. But, it's not bad. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin na good as fuck. Unlike the other match, mamaya natin may mention. Pero ito, okay lang, sakto lang. Saktuhan lang. Akala ko nga magtatagal pa ng 20-30 minutes tong match, but no, hindi. Pero napaka-solid nito Sobrang solid. Nakulangan lang ako sa oras. Siguro oras. Yun. Sobrang sana lang madalas natin makita yung IWGP Championship sa AEW. Ito. So, next. We got a Cody promo. Yeah. Okay. Wala akong pake kay Cody. So, ito, in-announce nila na Cody will fight Anthony Ogogo. Pero ewan ko, parang ilalabas ata nila dito si American Dream Cody. Pero ito, sobrang lame nitong promo na to. Sobrang labo Parang nalalabuan ako. Pero sige, let's move on. We got a tag team title match between SCU and the Young Bucks. Sobrang, ewan ko, pero nakangasan ako sa heel turn nitong Bucks to lately. Pero, ito sabihin ko sa inyo Pero, ito, tuloy natin. Tangina, puro ko pero sige, tuloy nga natin. Tangina. Yung match na to, na nakita natin between Bucks and SCU, for sure, ito yung isa sa mga best matches that we saw on AEW Dynamite. Definitely. Isa to sa mga pinakamalalaking matches na i-recommend ko for this week talaga, definitely. In advance. Sobrang solid kasi. Sobrang despite the fact na medyo maikli lang yung time for this one, pero sobrang solid Okay, puta. Sobrang solid lang no laban na to I don't think na may higit na ibang matches na ginawa nila sa AEW before. And yun lang yung sa akin. Tapos, do you think na matatapos na ng AEW and yung bullshit ito? Ito pala na-notice natin nag-split na palang SCU. As far as I'm concerned, split ng SCU. Parang ginagawa talaga nila na hitable pa rin talaga yung Bucks on this one. It makes sense. Parang ewan ko bang tamang term. Hateable pero relevant pa din. Ganun ba? Papaisip-isip talaga ako. Pero sige, let's move. So, we got a challenge by Young Bucks. Challenge nila si Mox and si Kingston for a title match at Double or Nothing. Let's see kung ano yung possible mangyari. Sige, tuloy natin. In-announce din pala kanina na dahil sa outcome ng match between Orange Cassidy and Pac, magkakaroon tayo ng isang triple threat match again between Kenny Omega, Pac, and Orange Cassidy. Hindi ko muna i-explain yung prediction ko dito Pero sige, for the sake of the preview, hindi ko muna i-explain talaga. Ito sunod. I hope lang na okay si Cassidy, si Orange Cassidy. I wish na makakompete din siya next month's event. Ito, tuloy natin. Man. Awan ko. Sa tingin nyo, successful yung ginawa ng Inner Circle dito? Kasi every time na lagi silang may revenge, lagi silang natatalo. I don't know why. Ganun na yung napapansin ko. Pero challenge ng Pinnacle challenge ng Inner Circle si MJF in a rematch, but nireject niya yun. But lately, inaccept niya din. But this time, yung laban nila dito is a stadium stampede match for the second time. But this time, if matatalo ang Inner Circle, magdidisband na yung stable. Pero ewan ko, kung ano napapansin ko sa sobrang ganda ng additional nito eh. Last year. Yes, last year. Sobrang gandang additional nung Stadium Stampede. But this year, what? Seryoso kayo? Akala ko tapos na nung Blood and Guts yung feud na yun. But no. Seryoso kayo? And Jesus Christ. Split na nga ngayon. Split pa rin sa double natin. Ganun ba makikita natin? Jesus Christ. Give me a break. Putang ina. Ito, sunod. Ito isa na lang to. So, we got a TNT title match. Si Miro versus Darby Allin. Alam nyo tong match na to na ito ba? Ano bang tawag dito? Sobrang ganda lang ng laban na to eh. Sobrang badass ni Miro dito. At the same time, ang ganda rin ng performance dito ni Darby. I love Darby but hindi ko na maseryoso yung run niya right now as a TNT champion. That's for sure. And thank God they dropped the title finally. Hindi ko na maseryoso si Sting. Hindi ko na rin maseryoso si Darby because of Sting. And finally, they give the belt on Darby. They gave out the belt for Miro. And finally, we got a new credible champion. I wish ginawa nila yun last year pa with Brian Cage but they didn't. Pero sana naman mag-success yung operation nila dito kay Miro. I wish lang na mag-success yung trip nila dito kay Miro. And I wish na umaba yung reign ni Miro dito unlike what they did on E before na halos half a year lang. Ganon ba? Ewan ko kung ano yung ma-observe ko on that one. Pero sige, tuloy natin. Wala, tapos na yung event. Tapos na yung show. Pero sige, ito. Ang possible lang siguro pagkatapos nitong post-match na salt na to is kay Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky versus Darby and Sting. Yun lang ang possible. Parang yun na yung nakikita natin. Nag-interact na nga sila for the past few days. Yun na yung possible eh. And si Lance Archer, possible na mag-retain pa din si Miro kahit anong mangyari siguro. Si Miro naman, the other hand, finally, we got the best Miro. Unlike what they gave to him for the last time nung naging champion, nung kasama siya niya Kip Sabian. But finally, inalisan nila yung kay Miro. And please, drop the best man. Kasi di na siya best man. Yun na yung conclusion ko for that note. So we got NXT for this week, of course, before we move on to our mabilis na Impact plus Under Siege thoughts before we continue with WrestleMania Backlash. So yung NXT natin for this week, medyo mabilis na lang to. So we got a Karrion Kross versus Austin Theory for in a match, of course. And then parang ewan ko, it's either nalalabuan ako, nawiwirduhan ako or something. Kasi possible na lumaban si Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship. So, it means possible din anytime soon na ma-drop na din yung North American Championship kay Bronson Reed. Ganun ba yun nakikita ko? Ewan ko. Pero ganun din yung possible na mangyari eh. Ganun din yung nakikita ko on the horizon if they're going to do that. Pero sige, ito yun natin. In-announce na rin pala sa NXT na to na they're going to have a steel cage match for the NXT Championship, North American Championship between Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano. Also, speaking of announced, they announced as well that we're going to have a NXT takeover in your house pay-per-view on June 13. June 13 on the network and Peacock. Yun. And then, parang si Austin Theory kasi, napapansin ko, sobrang valuable niya eh. Pero, ang layo niya sa level ni Karrion dito. I don't know why. Pero, yung kay Finn Balor, ito, finally, we got that match. Makukuha natin yung rematch na yon in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Ito, let's continue pa. So, we got the NXT Women's Championship match between Raquel Gonzalez and Mercedes Martinez. Ang malinaw lang sa akin, si Martinez ang medyo mas mahil dito. Right? And then si Gonzalez yung medyo favorite. Ano? Tama ba ako? Sige. Yung nakikita ko kasi dito kay Raquel, parang nag-i-improve na talaga siya. Nagpo-prove din siya every time, every week. Ganun lang yung nakikita ko. And then, ito, we got a new segment, a new stable nga, which is kay Isaiah Swerve Scott. Parang hip-hop thing itong stable niya. But Sting, yeah, still, yeah. Ito, tuloy natin. Tapos, yeah, so we got another Kyle O'Reilly versus Oney Lorcan match. So, ito, dito pala sa notice natin dito, nag-return dito si Kyle O'Reilly. Si Bobby Fish, nag-return sa dito. I don't know if ano yung sa tingin nyo magiging direction nitong return na to. Maybe magre-return siya for a feud with Kyle or team up with Kyle, maybe. Daming possible eh. Sobrang daming possible on that one. And, I don't know. I wish na maglaban ulit sila for tag team. Past tag team titles. Lahat naman possible talaga sa E. Sobra. Pero sige, ito. Tuloy natin. So, we got a 2 out of 3 falls match for the main event of the title this week between Kushida and Santos Escobar. So, itong match ito, gusto ko panoorin to personally. Pero di ko pa napapanood itong buong NXT ito this week. Pero gusto ko panoorin to personal note ko. I'm going to watch this match and then babalikan ko kayo if may review na ako. Isama ko yung box and SEU sa notes ko. And itong match ito, sigurado ko sobrang ganda na itong laban na to. Same as last week's, I think. Yung isang NXT Women's Tag Team titles. I-consider ko rin yun for this week. Next week, siguro, pag naggawaan tayo ng episode 51. Yun, doon ko i-consider. Alam niyo yun, sobrang solid eh. Sobrang solid na tong match ito. Partida on paper pa lang ha. On paper pa lang, sobrang solid. Paano pa pag napanood na natin? Pero for sure, sobrang solid nito. Sobrang solid itong laban na to. Pero I'm not going to give rating muna for now in comments. Kasi di ko napapanood ng buo. Pero if napanood ko na ng buo itong 3 match na to, bale, I'm going to give my rating din. Baka sa review na ng Backlash pag nagkataon. So, yeah, we got after that, so we got ourselves a easy review for our next Impact event. So we got, wait a minute. So ito, we got a lot of card for Sunday's Under Siege event. So we got a 6-way challenge to determine the number 1 contendership for the Impact World Championship. As far as I'm concerned, as much as I love Moose, gusto ko maiba muna yung contender nila. Yun lang talagang una kong gusto kong sabihin. Kung yun lang gusto kong unang ibigay sa inyo. Note, if as much as I love Moose na gawin nilang champion, pero as much as I love the booking din for Moose, medyo nawala lang ako sa nanggana kasi nga pinatalo nila kay Swan si Moose, which is embarrassing. Pero I think it's either Trey Miguel or Sammy pwedeng makalaban ni Kenny for the championship. And check the card na lang for Impact on that note, for Impact Under Siege. Meron pa silang 2 shows bago mag Slammiversary. Di pa na lang determine yung date. But yun lang para sa akin for Impact. So, finally, we're going to do our predictions for WrestleMania Backlash, finally. So, let's start the predictions na. So, first match is the Roman Reigns versus Cesaro for the Universal Championship. So, ako, in my opinion, ayokong matalo ng clean si Cesaro. As much as I love Roman's character right now, gusto ko rin manalo si Cesaro. But, gusto ko ng story kung paano nila matatalo ni Cesaro dito si Roman or ni Roman si Cesaro. So, for now, ako ipipredict ko muna is Roman will retain against Cesaro. Kahit anumang finish yan. Kung clean finish or hindi, regardless, Roman. And then we got the first of 2 triple threat matches for WWE Backlash. So that's Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman. Definitely Bobby Lashley. Definitely. Wala na masyadong paligoy-ligoy pa. And then we got the second triple threat match. I wish mag-stole the show to sa pay-per-view. That's Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. So, gusto ko manalo si Rhea. Pero feeling ko mananalo dito si Charlotte booking-wise. Yeah. And then, a one-on-one match between Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Bianca Belair versus first title defense of the title. I think Belair will win, obviously. And then the Dirty Dogs versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio in a tag team match, but as for the SmackDown tag team titles, ewan ko. Pero as much as I love Dirty Dogs, medyo nagiging stale yung run nila. I don't know why. Kaya feeling ko gusto ko din maging champions dito sila Rey and si Dominic. Minus na doon yung relevance ng run nila right now. Pero ayun, feeling ko Dirty Dogs to. Definitely. And finally, Damian Priest versus The Miz in a lumberjack match. So, obviously, Damian Priest. If matatalo dito si Miz, dapat talaga mag-turn na dito si Morrison or mag-turn na kay Miz. Mag-turn na si Miz kay Morrison. Yun lang ang gusto kong makita after Backlash. Regardless on what's the decision, yun talaga ang gusto ko makita sa kanila. Wala na akong pake sa kung anong gusto na mangyari. Basta, I want to see that thing as soon as possible. Kasi, wala na sobrang konti na lang ng faces sa Raw. Yun. Yun lang sa akin Pero sige, let's move on with our konting recap lang on our superstar of the week, the match of the week, and the woman of the week. So, the superstar of the week is obviously MJF for some reasons. Kasi sobrang sobrang solid yung part niya on that Smack Blood and Guts thing sa Dynamite last week. Sobrang badass nun, pucha. wala na akong masasabi pang iba na negative o positive. Ganun. Sobrang solid nun. And then we got the match of the week. So that's Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Ito ma'am, marirecommend ko talaga to laban na to. Pucha, match of the year worthy match. Yeah, ito. Sobrang match of the year worthy itong match na to. And I think isa to sa mga nakita natin before sa New Japan this year. Despite the fact na medyo nadidismaya pa din ako sa kung paano nila i-book yung championship, at least maybe Will Ospreay save the day and we got that thing. Ito, nakalimutan ko ata i-score to, no? Panood ko na to, so I'm going to score it. So, bibigyan ko to ng 5/5, definitely. It deserves a 5/5 from me. Yan. Yan, so tuloy tayo. So we got the Woman of the Week. Obviously, we're going to give it to Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Just for the fact na they got, finally, Candice LeRae, for the record nga pala, ilang taon na siya sa NXT? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ata in NXT, and now, she got the championship. Finally, nagkaroon na siya ng championship. I hope 2 years ago, dapat naging champion na si Candice. Pero no. Sana makuha na natin yung Candice 1, 2 belts. As much as I love Raquel, pero gusto ko din mag-champion si Candice, guys. Yun lang. Yun lang yung mga simpleng comment ko about that thing sa ating pong Superstar of the Week, Match of the Week, and our Women of the Week. So, actually, first time ko din ma-pick ng dalawa sa Women of the Week, ha? Yun lang sa akin. So, let's wrap up the show tonight. Mag-wrap up na tayo. So, ayan. Ito na, tapos na ang ating season 1. I wish na mag-look forward pa rin kayo sa ating podcast for our season 2, 51 to 100. And we will see you guys anytime soon. Magkakaroon na rin pala tayo ng podcast live. I'm going to confirm the details muna. Pero for sure, baka mangyari siya sa Friday. Abangan nyo na lang yung ibang detalye sa ating mga podcast social media platforms. Anytime of the week, I'm going to announce it. Yun lang sa akin. And so, that's it for this week's podcast. Follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms. So that's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Twitch. Also, follow us on TikTok at the MTG Show Pod. Gumawa na rin ako ng TikTok kasi gusto ko mag-share ng feed ng podcast doon. So that's why I did that TikTok. And of course, please listen to the podcast every Fridays and sometimes Mondays on your favorite podcast platforms on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Deezer, and other podcast platforms whenever you choose from. And visit pipenetwork.co for more Pipe Network shows and Pipe Network. For more Pipe Network related, visit pipenetwork.co. And also, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and TikTok at Pipe Network. And may personal social media platform on Twitter and Instagram at AG Penera. So, that's it for this week's podcast episode number 50. The episode is now in the books. Stay safe, stay raso. Register to vote, wash your hands. And I will see you guys on the next podcast episode number 51. We're out.